I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Labs.
The Mad Scientist Labs 166th episode is at 6 p.m. Not 6 p.m.-ish, but 6 p.m. And I did that on purpose.
Yeah, right.
So this might be a certain odd way to start this podcast, but Jared, I got to tell you something. I am a gigantic fan.
Okay.
I'm a gigantic fan.
Of penis.
No, not that. I am a gigantic fan of
Gigantic penises.
the Tiny Dancer remake.
Tiny penises.
Tiny Dancer remake with Britney Spears and Elton John. I'm obsessed with it.
I have not heard it.
It is so popish. It sounds like it's in a club full of just people
Definitely
on
don't
ecstasy.
want to hear it now. You shouldn't have fucking described it as popish.
Well, it's just got a nice upbeat feel to it.
Yeah, don't like pop.
Oh, dude, I am obsessed with it, and I will.
The king of pop. Pop died with the king of pop.
I understand that, and I wholeheartedly agree. However, I love this song, and I will not play it in the car while you're in there because I know you'll hate me and probably throw me out of my own vehicle as we're going down Telegraph Road.
Your thing is you like to blast those stock speakers at fucking highest volume possible, and
Well,
it's fucking ear screeching or what? I don't even know what the term would be, but it's horrible on the ears.
Well, that's probably why I'm slightly deaf.
That's 100% why.
Well, it's okay, but I have a big, excellent story to tell. I'm super excited. I've been waiting all day for Jared to get here so I can tell this story. So, folks,
This motherfucker didn't even care that I came back in town, but okay.
I was very happy when you
sure.
texted me.
Sure.
I was ecstatic.
Yeah, I had to text you.
Well, I didn't know if you were sleeping, if you were on the plane, what time your flight was. Could I have asked?
Because
Yes.
he didn't ask. He didn't care. That means he doesn't care. If he didn't ask, that means you didn't care.
That's not necessarily 100%
You didn't even know when I was coming back.
I knew you were coming back on Thursday. I knew that.
Okay.
I knew you were coming back on Thursday. That I do know, and I know when you left on Tuesday. Okay. So
prior Tuesday.
So everybody, welcome Jared back to the Mad Scientist Lab podcast because it's gone nowhere since he's left. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. We did it smart this time, and we fucking pre-recorded. They couldn't even tell that we pre-recorded because it's still. I mean, aside for the Twitch viewers, couldn't tell that we did pre-recorded. I think that was a pretty good show. It was very informational for a lot of people. I would assume, but
Information is important. It helps you get smart. Very smart.
plus, I think we should kind of do that every so often.
So we can get crunk on the weekend?
No, just so we can like kind of have a week off or a week or two here. But then the listeners don't lose out by not having anything.
Yeah.
We just can't when we don't do anything. Actually, there was one of the
It
comments.
fails society when we don't do anything.
Kind of, because there was one comment that was like they actually miss when we don't do one week, and they said that, and I was like, and I told you, I was like, you should look. I was like, this is what happened. I sent you a screenshot of the numbers,
and I looked at it and I put it in my pillow and I was like, die, low numbers, die. That's what I did.
that's what happens.
That's
when you skip a week.
That's what I did, and yes, folks, after 2.5 years of searching, I, RJ, the pizza guy, have finally obtained an Xbox Series X that I got today.
Hold up. Is this the big story you were talking about?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Dude, but there's a whole story to
if it was
it.
PlayStation, I'd have been excited for you, but
You know
how
what?
I feel about you know how I feel about Xbox.
It's okay. That one's hopefully going to come sometime in the near future.
Actually, I kind of want it, but they got to have a good game. What up, Hollywood?
So, in the month of December, I won a gift card at work. I told everybody about it. I won this $500 gift card for excellent customer service. And there was a little more
You
on.
could have put that toward your fucking.
This is true.
Your computer.
But man, oh man, the moment I got that money, I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing with this because I've wanted one. I've been trying to find one.
What games are out that are like worth buying an Xbox Series, whatever the fuck it is?
That is to be determined currently.
Oh my God!
Hold
so
on.
you wasted a $500 gift
No.
card.
No. I did not waste it.
Potential in the future, they may have a good game to come out.
I stand solely behind Microsoft and Sony at the same time because
Okay.
I'm a fan.
I'm only Microsoft because of computers, but that's about it. Actually, they might fucking when quantum computers. Sorry to cut you off because I posted this on my Facebook. Time Magazine has a picture of a quantum computer on the front of it this month, or maybe it was an old one. But anyway, the major players in that are Microsoft ain't in that shit, but they're also not in the hardware. They're not so much in the hardware business nowadays. They're more in software. I guess they do hardware. No, they license everything out, don't they? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're more in the software business. But anyway, go ahead.
So while you were away, I finally got my gift card in the mail. Okay. So I call, I activate. And so for a day, I'm going to different local areas, not driving around, but just searching online to see if I could potentially find one.
Is this like a cash gift card so it can be used anywhere?
Yeah, it's like a Visa gift card.
Yeah.
And so I'm searching. Obviously, the first place I check is Best Buy. I know GameStop is kind of, but I checked
How
pretty
much are they right now?
$500 for $499.99 for the Series X. The because there's two versions of it. There's a Series S, which
So the PlayStation is more expensive. PlayStation's like $800.
no, I don't. I think it's like $500 or $600. Maybe if it's like $800, it's like a bundle. I would think.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's what I was looking at. I was looking at some bundle that I was thinking about getting.
So I finally, after scrolling and scrolling, I found one right at Best Buy, but it was the Forza 5 bundle. Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah. Okay. So hear me out.
Oh, I gotta let them see my face. Ugh.
I actually hear nothing but great things about Forza.
It's not Gran Turismo.
I know that that's up in the air, and
They get brand new race car drivers from that game.
This is
like,
true.
People who play the game well become like real life race car drivers. There's a whole television series on that shit.
That's actually,
not off of Forza.
Yeah. Well, maybe in due time.
Okay.
So I stumble across the Forza bundle, and it's all they have. It's $60 more. It's $560, and I'm thinking, well, because everywhere else is sold out and out of stock, and since I finally have the funds to buy something nice for myself, I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll cough up the extra money and buy the bundle. So they were like, hey, you place your order. The serotonin in my brain shut off. They was like, you can pick it up in 1 week. And then I was just like, oh my God. And then I was
You
like,
didn't read the fine print.
well, I knew I had to order it. So I didn't know how long it would be until after the fact. So I ordered it last weekend. I woke up today. Maybe 30 minutes after I got up, I got a text message. Your order is ready to pick up. And man, I was like a kid in a candy store. I didn't even. So I got up. I got dressed. I did not bathe. Okay.
Well, obviously, because you bathed before you came and got me.
Yes, that is correct. So, but I was only in and out. So I throw some clothes on, not the ones I'm currently wearing, just for
that's way
cleanly.
too much.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But anyway, so I get dressed. I get in my car. I drive down to Best Buy. I walk inside. I go up to the pickup counter. I tell them I'm here to pick up, and they're like,
Ding, pick it up.
And they were like, are you Mr. Steinbacher? And I was like, I am. And there was like a small tear.
No, he said, are you Mr. Steinbacher?
And
From
there
the
was,
Steinbacher family.
yeah, and there was a small tear that like just gently shed as I was standing there, as they were handing me my gigantic box of goodness. So I grab my box of goodness. I say thank you to the very pretty lady behind the counter. I walk out. I'm like, and then there's a guy walking in, and he was like, somebody's going to be happy today. And I was like, sir, that somebody is me. And he said, good job. And then he walked in. So I'm walking to my car. I drive home.
You must have had a big fucking smile on your face.
I had the gigantic smile on my face. Dude, for forever I've been trying to get one of these.
That dude, whoever said that, was probably like, look at this nerdy ass motherfucker.
Dude, I looked like a hot mess with a $500 console in my hand. I did not give a shit. I walked to my car. I placed it in. I was almost put the seatbelt on it, but I didn't. I take a picture of it because I had to send it to my mother because, hey, Mom, I finally got it. Because,
and
Mom,
hopefully I get home before somebody robs me. But
yeah, because they didn't put it in a bag for me. I just walked out of the store with it in the box.
They're not really doing bags like that anymore, if you hadn't noticed.
I'm not paying 5 cents for a bag. It's robbery. But anyway.
I mean, what are you going to do?
I'll just carry everything one by one.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't do that in the grocery store. You better get them reusable bags, buddy.
And I do have them. That's why my mom is smart. And it's making me smart. So I get home. I disconnect everything on my current Xbox. I open up the box, and I am baffled. I am shocked.
Oh, this is why you were fucking bothering me for fucking
I am
to
shocked.
use my laptop to
Yes.
upgrade your headphones.
So
Wait, so you couldn't? Why couldn't you do it through the Xbox? That's the computer.
Because I didn't think that far ahead, and because I have to download like the app. I don't know if the app is downloadable on the console itself. I can check afterwards.
You go to a browser. I'm sure. Right, there's a way to do it.
Okay. Well,
I mean, it's too late now. You already did it.
Yeah. So I am baffled. I am so excited, but then I am baffled. I'm like, what the fuck? There is no optical cable jack for the sound for my.
Because that is fucking old technology.
I learned a lot today as I was progressing.
Matter
through
of
the
fact, you should have bought a new headset because we literally talked about that on the last show.
Yeah. So hear me out. So I'm sitting there, and then when we were talking about it on the show, I was like, I jinxed myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there thinking, now I can talk to my friends, but I have no audio. So none of my friends were online at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I still.
They're not online right now either.
I unplugged. Our buddy Epic is at his, I think, nephew's 7th birthday party, and then his grandmother's 80th birthday party. So happy birthday to them.
All the parties.
So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Kesslers involved. What I was going to say is, so nobody was online. So I set my console up. I recover my account onto my new Xbox. I'm happy as shit watching the fast download speeds.
Notice he said recover, which means he didn't remember his password. Carry on.
Well, it's a brand new console. I know my password.
Yeah, but your account is your account.
Yeah, but if I'm hooking up a new console, I have to transfer it over to
It's
another.
not recovering. That's just opening up a new account. I mean, not opening up, but that's just
It's like transferring.
signing into your new account. It should be just signing on. Because that's how a PlayStation Network works. I just
Well, that's
sign
what I
on.
did. I just put my password in and it
Oh,
loaded
that's
through.
not-
It's
okay.
through cloud, yeah.
It's not recovering anything, but okay.
So I'm watching it and I'm thinking, man, fuck, like my headset doesn't work. Granted, like I'm not thinking outside the box. I'm not looking anything up. I'm not looking like Googling anything. Hey, is this compatible? None of that. So my immediate reaction, just because I was so happy and then so baffled.
Just to review, what we talked about last time, how old are your headphones?
My headphones are about 8 years old.
Okay, well, there's your answer right there.
Okay, so I thought about it too, and I was like, well, I've had these for close to 10 years, and I was like, shit. I was like, I gotta go buy a headset.
And I'll tell you right now, that digital or audio,
The optical cable.
yeah, that shit didn't last long at all. Like it, as soon as like wireless shit came, it was
Yeah.
like fuck off.
Yeah, well,
Because at one point, yeah, I remember like that was a time I never even used that, to be honest, to do anything, just because I would either be RCA or it would go into wireless. And see, this is why you clean up. This motherfucker's drinking water that's been down here for 10 months.
Dude, I'm gonna turn into like a fucking thing. I'm just gonna leave it over here. That way I know.
With the other one that's probably old.
No.
as shit.
These are empty. These are empty.
Oh.
So it dawned. I'm like, fuck, I gotta go buy a new headset. So I text our buddy Al, our buddy Frashy. I said, hey man, because he started inviting me to a party, but I didn't answer. I'm like I'm walking out the door. I'm messaging him. I'm saying, hey dude, like my headset's not compatible. I gotta go buy a new one.
Yep.
So as I'm driving back to Springfield, he actually calls me.
Talk to the people, though,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Don't just talk to me.
Yeah. So as I'm driving, he calls me on Snapchat. Calls me on Snapchat, right? He said, RJ, he's like, no. He's like, stop. He's like, did you leave your house? And I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm pretty much almost back to where I was. He was like, no. He's like, I have the same headset as you do. You have the Astro A40s. I said, yeah, I do, with the mix amp and everything. He said, you have the optical cable, right? And I said, yeah, there's no plug for it. He said, yeah. He said, there's something in the settings you can do to change it. So that way the USB that you give power to it is the only thing that you need. He said, go back home. So I get to Springfield. I buck a U. All right. I'm like, all right, Fresh, I got you. So I drive home. And as I'm walking in the door, he sent me like step by step what to do. He said, hey, I'll be out for about 45 minutes. I'm going on a walk with my wife. And I said, sure. So I get into my settings. I do exactly everything that Frashy's told me to do, and still nothing.
Oh, because, yeah. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the fuck? So then I YouTubed it. I said, it's got to be on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah.
And I found it, and this guy had a 2.5-minute video straight into the point. He said, hey,
Update your firmware.
He said, you got to update your firmware.
Actually, there's one for this, and I need to do it.
He said, you got to update your firmware using this method in order to have your Astro A40s be compatible with your Xbox Series S or X. And so
that's how the internet and YouTube works.
And damn does it
search
ever.
it, and then
there it was.
And guess what happens? The solution is there.
Yeah, and so then I found my mother's ancient laptop from many moons ago.
Oh, yeah, that definitely needs an upgrade.
Dude,
actually, she doesn't need anything crazy. She just she could probably go with like a Chromebook or something.
Yeah, she doesn't need a whole, especially since she's retired.
No, it's not that. It's just she doesn't do much. She just browses the internet. That's about it.
And it's got all this shit on there, and it's slow as fuck. And I finally get power to this thing. I finally have Chrome update. So I go to the Astro Gaming website. I find the application that I have to download. Wait forever for it to download. And in that process, I didn't think I was going to get it to work. That's when I messaged you.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe 5 minutes or so after that, it uploaded, and it was like, hey, plug it in. So I plugged my headset in.
So you just don't have any patience.
Well, dude, this
See,
laptop is
ladies
like
and gentlemen, this is what's wrong with society. Instant gratification. He probably didn't even look at the freaking thing that says this much time before it happens.
I was afraid to click on anything because I thought it would crash.
Well, yeah, no, it probably wasn't crashing. It just probably took a minute.
So I plugged that motherfucker in. I watched the download bar go to 100%, and I think believe it or not, I had like the original firmware on my.
Probably 8 years ago. You probably never updated. Why would you have updated it?
Yeah, and I had no reason to.
That's what I'm saying.
So I had like version 9677, and this version's got like 7 digits in it. Okay, 6 or 7 digits. So
it's probably like 1 point blah 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 blah.
And so once it was done, I was like, oh my god! I plugged it in. I was sweating a little bit.
Did you erase the application off the laptop?
No, because my mom doesn't even use it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like literally, it's like junk, really.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I had it. And so I plug it in, sweating a little bit, hoping it worked. And miraculously, I had sound. I heard some voice. Now, it updated my sound, too. So now my sound is like...
It's probably Dolby, whatever number they're at now.
And it is fucking badass, dude. So...
No, we're talking about firmware for headphones that are 8 years old, phobia.
No. So it was badass. Then I hopped on Halo with Frashy, and I'm at a smooth 60 frames per second, and it's magical. The load times, like that. Everything like that.
What about you? Have you tried to stream yet?
No, I'm going to be doing that later tonight, and I'm actually glad you said that because I have one other thing I want to touch on because it's awesome. So yesterday,
if it has
folks,
anything to do with some fucking achievements, we're going to have a problem.
It does not. It doesn't.
Okay.
So that maybe does like just a tad.
Okay.
So for the last couple of years, there have been rumors of a remake version of GoldenEye coming out for.
Yeah, that's been like fucking 10-year rumor.
Yeah, and it actually launched on Game Pass yesterday and Nintendo Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And it has the Nintendo 64 style graphics.
Yeah.
But it's obviously sharper.
What was that? 16? Oh no, 64. Obviously.
Yeah. And it is awesome. It's nostalgic. I'm having a blast with it. So I will be streaming
Does it still have the pause music?
It does.
That fucking beast ass.
Dude, it is so much fun. So I'm going to be streaming that tonight, later tonight. Oh, dude, I'm about like 8 levels in. I have to beat it on 00 Agent. I get to unlock all the cheat codes because those are achievements.
You should have streamed that from the beginning.
I actually did stream it, but it was kind of late last night when I did.
Oh.
But I'm gonna play through it again. So
Make sure you change. Oh yeah. Well, then wait till you do the playthrough again.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna do it on 00 Agent, which is the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have a blast doing it.
And don't fucking do it at 1. Don't start streaming at 1 o'clock in the morning unless you plan on being up for fucking another 8 hours.
No. This is something that I'm looking forward to. But I will be streaming that tonight after the men's Royal Rumble, the road to WrestleMania.
Which means 1 o'clock. Well, after I just said not to, but okay.
But that's okay because there's so much game to come. And so right now, I still currently have it on upstairs because it is upgrading some of the games that were specifically made, for the hardware.
Yeah, for the what is it called? It's next generation games and shit.
Yeah, so I've only spent about 2 hours with it, and there's a lot I want to do. So
that's why I want to kind of get the the PS5 before I go back and finish God of War because I want to see what the next gen shit looks like.
So I will say this: I obviously my TV is the same, but I can tell the massive difference in what I'm playing in terms of visually, the frames per second.
Hardware is better.
In it, and I'm gliding around. It's all smooth.
Graphics card is way better.
It is awesome. So I definitely in the near future am gonna get a TV to really just pump this bad boy out. But I am really excited. Something I've been waiting for a very long time, and yeah, it's super badass. Go video games. That is my story, and I hope everybody out there in the internet, interworld, and intertwined. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked it.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what I was trying to say.
Intertwinks. That's what it sounds like you're about to say.
But yeah, I don't know what word. It's probably not even a word. It's just like a sound, like like a sheep, like that.
That sounds like you were having a hard time nutting.
No. I sure that will eventually happen sometime in my life. Hopefully not now, or ever. But
Shit.
Just saying.
I agree, Phobia. This is the story that he said he was pumped to say on the show.
Are you not excited?
I mean, you were excited.
I am very excited.
He said he got here mid-story, and I don't even know what he was talking about. Well,
that sounds like
he got here mid-story, but
sounds like a very Phobia-like thing. But I have super fast download speeds now, and I'm so happy.
So tell them what. So for people who just got here, tell them what you're excited about.
I'm excited, folks, because after 2.5 years or so of searching, waiting patiently, I have finally obtained an Xbox Series X. It is super cool. I like it a lot, and I'm going to have a field day with it. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm telling you.
Yay.
Nothing erases the feeling of buying a new console. It is just the best feeling in the world.
I kind of agree with you that. I remember opening. Actually, I remember opening all of my consoles that I ever got in my life. I remember opening the original Nintendo, where it was. I didn't get it until it was Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt combined on the same cartridge.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So that was later, but it came with the gun and everything. And I remember opening it and the smell of everything, and then the styrofoam in there.
Oh yeah,
pulling the shit out and fucking hooking everything up. I remember my fucking Genesis, the same thing. They were still using styrofoam then. Same feeling. Like you pull it out, you slide it here. You just slide out of
the plastic
package.
bag. Yeah. There's something about buying a new console that just sits right with your soul. Yeah. Believe it or not, I actually still have my Xbox One box from my original purchase back in 2014.
I ain't got no boxes. Fuck those.
Oh no, I'm keeping mine. I have my PlayStation 4 box. I have that, and then who's insulting me now?
Well, it's still Phobia.
No, well, that's what I thought.
He said, "Yeah, you think it's the best feeling because you haven't had sex yet."
Oh yeah. Oh, never. Why would I want to do that?
You never had sex.
Oh yeah. Why would I do that? Taint my soul with the filth of woman. It sounds
just happened.
That sounds horrible, doesn't it?
It sounds very horrible.
Gay.
100%. So, no, but yeah, man. There's just like like you said, when I walked out of Best Buy, I was like from ear to ear, my fucking face was hurting, and I didn't even care. But I am super excited.
Let me put the chat up too.
So that is definitely. Let my ear breathe a little bit.
It's been 2 weeks, motherfucker. I don't know what your head feel like no more.
No, because my Astro A40s that still work 8 years later fit snug around my ears.
Oh, that means some time for some new ones then. Well, but these fit snug or
no? My Astros. These pads are a little too small. Maybe if they were like a little longer.
Oh well, yeah. I mean,
I obviously
use those. Those are a little bigger.
I didn't even think of doing that, even though they are constantly here next to me
every week.
Every week, they don't even leave the house.
No.
Yeah. So super awesome. So Xbox, GoldenEye, Royal Rumble. Fuck yes. All right.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit to me.
Well, it might be bullshit to you, and probably a lot of the people that are listening.
Mm-hmm.
However, this pizza guy is happy. And that concludes my tale.
Oh, my God. So this was the exciting thing you had to tell everybody
Yes,
about. Jesus
absolutely.
Christ.
Dude, it's like it stands up and it's got the little fan in it. And it's like
Now it stands up? Like, we were standing up fucking years ago.
yeah, but
when I say we, I'm talking about fucking PlayStation people. We've been standing up, son.
well, what I heard years ago when PlayStation 2 initially launched, okay,
Mhm.
and I'm sure this was resolved once more models were made, is that there was always a rumor, I don't know the legitimacy of it, is that if you had the PS2 standing up, there was always a chance that the disc would fall down into the console. So I always left it laid flat.
Never had that problem.
All right, no, I'm not saying it's a widespread thing, but I always kind of heard that, through the hallways of school.
I never heard that one time.
So I just left it flat. And at the time, I had it sitting on my carpet, so I didn't. If I stood it up, it kind of wouldn't sit really flush.
No, well, yeah, carpet. You don't want to put a computer on the carpet anyway.
Well, I know, but it was the way my stuff was set
sucking
up.
up all that fucking lint and shit right into your fucking shit.
But that's why you carry a can of compressed air. I don't have one. I wish I did.
Yeah, but that's a sealed. I mean, you can open it, but that's sealed. It's not like a regular computer where I could just spray in there and then fucking call it a day.
I was like 13. Give me a break.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to.
If
you had just looked up how to care for a computer, you might have known.
Well, you know what, Jared? It still worked, and it lasted a long time. Okay,
well, shut the fuck up. then.
I'm just telling you. So
I
anyway,
still have mine. Actually, no. You know what? I want to get No, here's what I want to switch. So let's transition because that story was whack.
of course.
So The Last of Us is on HBO now. We've both been watching it. Well, at least I have been. You said you were. I don't believe you, but that's neither here nor there.
I have seen both episodes.
Okay, and I watched the second episode again today. And now there's rumors that the second season, because they've been picked up for a second season by HBO, that's going to contain part of the game of the second game.
Okay.
So now I got to go fucking play the second game before the new season comes out. Even though the first season isn't even done, but I don't want them to ruin the story for me. I know it probably won't be exactly the same because there's just some differences already from the game into the live action. Not many, but enough where it's like, I know there was one thing where everybody was kind of like pissed off that instead of using spores, they're using the tentacles or tentacles or whatever. I don't think that's a big deal. It's kind of gross. It's more gross.
Yeah.
But then I think the original creators were like, well, I mean, if we could have done it, if we had thought about it then, we would have done it then.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. My fear is that they're gonna make this look too much because I heard one comparison where it was, somebody was saying it was similar to Resident Evil, which I don't really think. I think the concept's different enough where it's not Resident Evil.
Yeah.
But I can see it where they're coming from. But this is a whole different. Like this is a fungus.
Yeah.
This is some shit that could actually happen. I mean, viruses could turn people into zombies, but these aren't necessarily zombies. They're just controlled by this fungus because that's just how they do it in insects, and it just has now transferred over to humans. But I don't know. What do you think?
Well, as somebody who's obviously played both games, with the premiere, I was super excited for it. Excellent premiere. I think it's HBO's second highest premiere or in a decade or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know about. I don't know that. I know the second episode, the viewership skyrocketed from the first episode, which was highest that they've ever had in history.
That's pretty nuts. But that just shows you the impact of the story of this game and how renowned it is.
And I think a lot of it because I saw people talking about it online who had never played the game, who were interested, and just by hearing the people who saw the show and played the game, talk about it so much, it brought other people on, and they got into it, and which is probably going to drive. I think they also said that the game sales went up too. So it's going to drive game sales for that game up too. So that's pretty dope.
It's a win-win situation all around.
Yeah.
I'm loving the show so far. Even with the small minor things, like I know I didn't expect everything to go by the book. It
No,
never.
I wouldn't want it to go by the book because I can just go online. Actually, I did that too this week when I was out of town. I didn't have much to do anyway. In my room, I just went and looked at, because people will take the game and they'll cut it, just the cutscenes, and I went back and watched a full length cutscene of all the cutscenes and blah blah blah, minus like the actual gameplay. And the story still is the same. There are definitely minor differences, but the way everything looks is all the same. Even the clickers are the same. The clickers' movement's the same.
Yeah.
I read also that the same people who voiced the clickers and the aliens are the same people who did it in the game.
Yeah, it sounds just like it.
Yeah,
it sounds just like
because it's the same exact people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty fucking wild, man. I think this is I said earlier in the week, I think this should be a new category in award shows.
Yeah.
Best video game adaptations to live action.
Yeah, I will say, and that's not a very high bar.
Yeah, and there's probably not a lot of those either.
But I will say, so far, it is by far the best, hands down. There's
better than Resident Evil, the first one.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But
and
that was
I
a good one.
Resident Evil.
That was a good one though.
No, and I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I like them, but I know what I'm getting with this. It just feels different.
Yeah.
You can tell they took their time with it. I can just tell they put a lot of effort into this. It's not just like, hey, some ripoff. It's like, hey, let's take 6 months to make this. I can clearly tell they put a lot of thought and effort into this. And obviously, Pedro Pascal is doing a phenomenal job as Joel. And
we'll see him in a couple months as Mandalorian again.
Yes. Oh man, and that's coming out too. Man, we're 2023 is going to be pretty lit.
We're getting fucking. Well, the pandemic's over. Everybody's able to start filming again like regular. So we're gonna get spoiled in the next couple years, I think.
I am very much looking forward to it because who doesn't like quality TV?
And Kang the Conqueror.
Yes.
I'm ready.
This is coming too. So we got a lot of cool stuff coming up this year. Yeah.
I want to bring that. Oh, okay. So I want to talk about a couple things. Jonathan Majors is a fucking amazing actor. I forgot what I was watching. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Devotion, the movie that came out about the was it Korean War pilots.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
No,
it was on during all the Super Bowl. I mean, all the fucking football games.
Do you know what? Since I watch the games on my phone, the commercials.
I'm saying, even when you were out watching.
No, I know I've seen it. I've had to have seen it.
Okay, so it was a black pilot, which Jonathan Majors is obviously the black pilot, and this is during the Korean War, and it's just a story about these pilots from the Korean War.
I did see that. Yes. Okay.
You saw the movie?
No, not the movie, but I do remember now.
I saw the movie. Jonathan Majors is a fucking phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
He's played He Who Remains in Loki, and now he's playing Kang the Conqueror, which kind of the same person, but not really. But I say all that because I just watched. I was talking to you earlier about 1883, which is spinoff prequel of Yellowstone, but it's It's about the Duttons before 1923, which is the new series that is on right now. Tim McGraw is a country singer, right?
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker has turned into a phenomenal actor.
Really?
Bruh.
Tim McGraw.
He's one of the main characters in the show. And Faith Hill, a singer too?
She is.
Yeah, so they're the mom and the father. He plays James Dutton. So he's like the original Dutton. And great job, bro. Like, he's very good in this. And then Sam Elliott's in it. Sam Elliott's been around since Roadhouse.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Sam Elliott's been around since like the dawn of time, dude.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He was in Roadhouse.
And
which I watched recently, and that's
who would have thought Tim McGraw delivering a performance?
Great. I think he got slept on that one.
So that is definitely something. I did watch the first two episodes of 1923. Obviously, I am very intrigued by it. I like it. I like learning about. So what you said before, I guess we did the show where you said you had questions about certain things, and you're like, "Oh, why is that here?" And then it was answered. in, the series you're currently watching.
Yeah, because I haven't watched all of Yellowstone, but I don't think that question was ever answered. Not at least not in the first few episodes that I watched.
Okay.
Because it always pans out, and then like you just see out, and it basically tells a story of how they ended up in that particular spot.
Yeah.
And not as opposed to wherever else they were trying to go.
I gotcha.
And bro, the writing is good, and if you haven't seen 1883, man, you better watch that shit. It's a tearjerker. It's funny. It's fucking all the above. The writing is great. The acting is great. Highly recommend that shit.
Jared praising a show. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's rare too.
Yeah, very rare. I am kind of shocked and flabbergasted at the same time, which is kind of the same.
And it's like a traditional Western too. That's why I fuck with it.
So what you were saying, as I like stuff like that too. It's like with just story. It's like when you play a game and then you get into the sequel a couple years later, and then it answers some burning fan question that's been going on for a long time.
But that's why the Last of Us series is doing good, because the story behind it already is good.
Oh, it's super badass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, like we were saying, story is good. Like every human inherently, even though they may say they don't, they like a good story. Because that's what we do over time. We tell stories, and that's how information is passed down from generation to generation. It's just stories.
The art of storytelling, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Slick Rick. Oh man. But also what I wanted to talk about is
Frashy's online. He said you look like a bitch today.
Oh, thanks.
That's not what he said.
I was going to say, you don't like my NWO shirt, sir?
He said you look nice today, Richard.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, sir.
I questioned how that even came out.
Well, it's because I've got my New World Order shirt on, dude. The road to WrestleMania starts tonight. I'm fucking pumped, dude. We might get to see the return of The Rock. Maybe Stone Cold make an appearance. And then we're going to see a pitch black match. Oh, come on. Dude, the road to WrestleMania is like sacred. Even if you think wrestling is cheesy, corny, a bunch of sweaty men rubbing each other.
All the above.
Exactly. It is the road to WrestleMania. It is a sacred... I am. It is a sacred pathway to a wrestler's dreams coming true. To main event a WrestleMania. To become heavyweight champion of the world. It's important, damn it. It's so important. Not to say that you care, but you should. Because somebody's childhood dream is going to come true at WrestleMania this year. In front of the hundreds of thousands of people and the millions watching around the world, and they're going to become champion. Okay. You're not excited, are you?
Not at all.
You should be. And all of you out there should be as well. So if you guys can tell me who you think is going to win the Royal Rumble, but it doesn't really matter right now because it'll be known by Monday.
Anyway, fuck you, and fuck you for not asking me about performing at the Improv.
I was getting there.
Bitch.
I didn't forget about that.
Fuck that wrestling. No, you know what? I don't even want to talk about it because you want go talk about wrestling the whole fucking time.
I'm not going to talk about wrestling the whole time. I'm
Go
just
ahead.
saying it's great.
Nope.
So, Jared, I know that you had a major milestone while you were down away.
No, you can say where I was.
Oh, okay.
I'm back now.
I didn't know.
Oh.
So while you were down in Florida, that's how I pronounce it here in Northern Virginia, Florida. I'm not going to keep saying that.
That's not how we say it in Northern Virginia.
It's not.
Okay.
So went down there for a couple days, a nice little few days.
It was more than a few, motherfuckers. I basically lived there. I had the fucking hotel room do my laundry.
No, man. It's like, wash my shit.
Yeah, and now when I came back, I don't have to wash it. There's a couple things I got to wash.
That's all right. Hey, clean laundry is great.
My company was paying, or they were paying for it, so fuck it.
So while you were down in Florida, you went to a comedy club.
I went to one of the biggest brands of comedy clubs that you can go to.
And how? First of all, did you just walk by this? Were you close by? Did you have to travel to this place?
Okay, so before I went down there, I looked up. Actually, they have a whole page dedicated to it. I looked up open mics in Orlando, and they have a whole list of all the open mics that are throughout the week. And I was gonna hit more spots, but then some would be like I would have to take an Uber, it's a 20-minute ride, and I'm like, I don't fucking feel like going that far. Just so happens that the what night did I get? Or like a couple days after I got there, the Orlando Improv was 10-minute walk from my hotel. And I didn't realize how close it was when I first got there the first couple of days until I started. I was like, all right, I can walk this. I was like, all right, let me start walking. Turns out there's a fucking whole mall right next to the whole fucking place.
Just turn the corner and like, boom. Right there.
Pretty much. There was a bunch of restaurants. There's a Cuba Libre there, which is a Cuban restaurant. We have one in D.C. You probably never been there, but
No, I have
whatever.
not.
Good food, good Cuban food. But anyway, there's a bunch of restaurants and stores and everything. But then there's the Orlando Improv, and they were doing an open mic that night. So I got there. Sign up was like 7 o'clock. I think I got there like 7:27, and the guy, I finally saw who was doing the list, and I was like, "Hey, can I get on?" He was like, "Yeah, you're number 21." Didn't realize that there was other people who got bumped from last week who were also on the list. So it ended up being 48 fucking comedians.
God
on this
damn,
fucking
for
thing.
real?
I don't think they got through all of them, but like toward the last few ones, like it was kind of a full house at first, but then people started to leave because I mean it's an open mic, and some people were just complete trash. For lack of a better word, they were fucking trash. And it kind of made me appreciate the going to places around here, because some place, yeah, you're gonna have shitty people, but like you gotta at least do your work. You gotta do the work, and I feel like it brings everybody up around here. We're at a little stronger level.
Yeah.
Because there were just some people, it was like, they're walking around like, oh, yeah, I fucking do this spot. And they were talking like they were fucking big time and shit. I'm like, then they get on stage, it's like, bruh, you suck.
Dude,
Like,
you know.
Like, I don't know. It was just a different, it was good to get in front of a different crowd of people and actually do the thing. It was a short amount of time, but to go somewhere and feel like a touring comic was kind of cool. Because it was like, oh, you go do your spot, and then you go on, and then you go to your hotel, or you're waiting to do your spot, like in your hotel room the whole day, and then you go out, do your spot, and then fucking go to the next spot. And I was trying to do multiple spots, but I just couldn't get because it was just so far away, and I was working at the same time. So by the end of the day, I'm tired, and I'm like, bro, I can't even fucking. I've been walking all day, like it was a lot of walking.
Yeah.
So it was just like, I don't know. But anyway, I got to get that kind of under my belt. And I can say now that I performed at an improv and then somewhere else besides just the DMV. So, like, I mean, it kind of helps the resume. It's just more padding on the resume, I guess.
Yeah. How'd the set go? Did you do okay?
Yeah, I think I did better than a lot of the other guys. The guy who went up was in front of me. I overheard another comedian who came up after me, and I didn't listen to his. Once I was done, I was like, all right, I'm not listening to nobody else's shit.
I'm sick of this place.
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
Well, I was there for a while. I just wanted to get up and do my shit. But then the guy in front of me, he had his fucking full-blown outfit on. He was up there like blah, blah, blah. And he was just telling this story. And like I heard one of the other comics, he was like, "What is this, story time? Like, what? Everybody keeps coming up here telling full blown stories," and he wasn't even doing his time. He was going over his time. I'm like, this motherfucker needs to hurry up because I want to get my shit done because we had to be done with that show before the main room opened up. Or we're done with that show because there was another show going on in the other side. So we had to be done with our show when they were done. And I'm like, this motherfucker's just taking up all the time. He fucking sucks. He don't need to be taking up all the time. So he finally gets off. They call me up. I do some new shit. I do an opener, like, because I knew I was in Florida. This may be boring to the people this is inside baseball shit, but because I was in Florida, I knew it was a red state, Republican, and a lot of them were probably like conspiracy theorist type shit.
Hell yeah, dude.
So first thing I was like, I'm not from here. I'm from the DC area. And yes, we're listening to your phones.
Yeah.
And I just stopped and I got a chuckle.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yes, like we even, because I observed this other chick like taking selfies like during the show earlier. I was like, we can even see when you're doing, this is me when I'm in the back though.
Yeah.
I Yeah, we even know when you're taking selfies, and I look right at her and point. She's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
So it was kind of just to get up there and kind of get a like, "Hey, this is me." Let y'all know. And then there's one guy. I don't know. He did some wild shit. I said something. I have another joke that I start off where like I'm sorry if I feel a little low energy tonight. And this guy was like, didn't even let me finish my fucking shit. He was like, "Just get it in." He was like, "Let's get it up then," or some shit. And I looked at it, and I just stopped for a second. I looked at him, and then I went back into my joke. I wanted to say something, and I thought about it later. I was like, "What are you riding a roller coaster right now, motherfucker?"
Was he like, wee? You know.
Yeah, but I just kept going, and because I knew I only had a short amount of time, and I just did my set. And because I knew I only had a little bit amount of time, I was speeding at the beginning, and I wasn't waiting for the laugh but then I would say something, and then the laugh would come, but I was like, "Oh shit," because I wasn't expecting to get it at that spot.
Yeah.
But because I was going so fast, if I had slowed down, I felt like it would have been smoother.
Yeah.
But it was just, I don't know, it was taking a minute for everything to happen for whatever reason. It was just weird. The timing was weird.
Yeah. Well, that's all right, man. You're up there for practice, and you got some laughs. You had somebody who wanted to apparently just cheer you up and hug you.
No, that guy, he understood comedy. Well, because he even said at the beginning, he was like, "This guy gets it." Like, as soon as I got up there, I said something, and he was like, "This guy gets it." I'm like, "Bro, I don't need you to fucking cheerlead me."
Did he look like a Floridian?
I mean, he looked like I don't know what a Floridian looks like.
A person.
They look like there's a lot of them look like golfers.
There's a lot of green down there.
Yeah, but you don't got to walk around like you're golfing every day.
Well, I don't know. It's Florida. Like, the whole Florida man thing. And just
there was that too.
Did you see anything crazy while you were there?
Nah, not really. I was surprised I didn't see any gators. And last time I went to Florida a few years ago, I saw gators everywhere. But I was also in Kennedy Space Center, so that's a wildlife refuge. So there's gators all over the place.
That's pretty cool, man. Well, I mean, and I've said this before, I commend you for having the balls to just go up there and do that, because I'd probably just pass out.
I was nervous as fuck because I'm like, this is a new place. I don't know what's going on. But like, if I don't just do it, then like, what's the point of even trying to do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I trust it.
And the more I do it, the more addicting it is trying to get those. It's a dopamine hit, like you were talking about getting the Xbox.
Yeah.
For me, it's a dopamine hit. Once I'm done, once I'm getting those laughs from whatever I'm saying, and then getting off stage and being done, it's like phew, fucking dopamine shoot through the roof. So I'm chasing that dopamine hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so I am very proud of you, even if you're gonna be like, no, you're not. I am.
I'm not gonna say that, but like I don't know. I'm always my biggest critic. I don't think that I'm doing enough work because I see other comedians that I know on social media doing certain things, and I'm not jealous of them. I'm glad to see them doing their things, but it just makes me like, yo, I need to put in more work because I need to get to that level as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just pushes me to do more, but it sucks when I feel like I'm not. I don't know. It's just the same thing I've been chasing my whole life. Like, I'm not good enough. You know, like, you know what I'm saying?
But you are good enough, sir.
But if I felt like that, then I wouldn't even do this shit.
Well, folks, I want everybody out there in the interweb to give Jared a collective hug.
No, don't do that.
We're hugging Jared right now.
Don't do that, because then I'll quit comedy.
Yeah, we're hugging. Look at this. Look at my arms embracing him. Yes.
You look like a fucking weirdo hugging a fat bitch.
Yeah, well, they need love too. Anyway, I'm super proud of you. Now, and I hope that the next venue you go to that you tear the roof off and some woman just rips her shirt off and is just like, here are my tits.
Oh, no, that's coming.
And then that's when you'll know you made it. That's when you'll know you made it, is when some woman just rips her shirt off with her massive knockers and just smothers you with them in her breast milk.
Nah, that's not what I'm chasing at. Like, I will admit, part of when I first got in, a lot of comedians do this. When I first got in, it was for the bitches, but then it's like, that shit goes. That's not gonna mean anything later. It's like, now I just want to be known as being good at, like, you remember so and so, Jared Lee? Yeah, He was a comic, right? He was, yeah. That motherfucker was funny. I want that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
And then when your time comes to go to the pearly gates, even at the funeral, they'll be ripping their shirt off, showing their massive
RJ
knockers.
always takes it to the next level for no reason.
Dude, showing him your massive knockers with the breast milk. I'm just saying, because it's important. Boobs are important. We love boobies. All right?
That's not what it says. It says we love titties.
It does. I stand corrected. So
this motherfucker doesn't even know what he's wearing.
It definitely says boobies on mine, though.
Oh, you had a different one.
Yeah, okay.
Mine says titties.
Oh, that's all.
And yours even has the see. Okay, John, when you watch this, we're gonna need both of each because I like the one with the boobies on it.
It does have the boobs on it, folks. Just save the tatas. Save the tatas. So speaking of dopamine hits, I wanted to ask you a question. I know this is kind of like, I don't want to say left field, but I've been trying it a little bit.
That was another baseball analogy, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Do you believe in
magic?
No, I was about to say
I was in the Magic City. I didn't go to Disney World, but I was trying. Oh, that's what I did want to talk about. That I wanted to go to Disney World, the Hollywood Studios, because I wanted to build a lightsaber.
Oh, that would have been fucking epic.
No, I could have went. No, but it was a lot of to do.
Yeah.
I could have went to it was like a Wednesday. There was like a late night thing. It's still $140 to get into that motherfucker for 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's like 7 to 12 or some shit. But like you get to go in the Millennium Falcon and all that shit. But
that sounds so cool.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back. Actually, we go back for another conference 2 years from now. So as long as I'm still around, I'll be back. But yeah. So I still got to do that.
All right. So what I wanted to ask you, do you? And I know you probably believe in it, and I know you know more about it than I do. But do you believe in not cryotherapy, but in just showering in cold water to potentially increase your immune system?
It's not just showering. You gotta. It's like the ice plunge that they do. Yeah, that's scientifically proven that does do all that.
So
there's studies that have literally that and the sauna both have different benefits. But they both produce and I don't know the full science behind it, but they both produce different hormones that help with different things like inflammation, immune system, all that shit.
All right,
but cryotherapy is part of that. Yeah, that helps reduce inflammation.
Yeah, because I've been kind of just trying it out the last like maybe 2 weeks or so.
You've been doing it in the morning, like when you wake up.
Yeah,
that's what you're supposed to do it.
Yeah,
just straight up cold.
Yeah, you're straight up cold water.
I mean, you're doing what you have. You're using what you have for it, and yeah, and I bet you when you get out of that motherfucker, you're fucking wide awake. Did you go back to warm water?
No. I mean, I wore myself off with my towel after. I'm like, freaking out.
So you do the back. Wait, so you're just jumping in?
Well, I have it at like kind of warm when I get in, and then I just
no, just straight up. No. You're doing it wrong.
All right,
straight up, because they call it what do they call it? Not shock therapy. There is a certain word for it. You go straight in, cold. How many minutes are you doing?
Like 5.
5 minutes with the straight cold water?
Yeah, I mean, or it seems like forever, but I'd say about 5.
You should time yourself.
All right.
Just set your phone and
yeah.
hit the timer.
Put it on my toilet.
But yeah, that's good, man. That's good for you.
Yeah, I know.
And then I bet you wake up and you're like when you're done, you get out and you probably get this jolt of energy.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. That's why I was like, oh, let me just. Since I haven't had anything to drink this month, I was like, here, let me be productive. And, well, not that it's productive, but.
It is productive. No, I'm telling you, this is scientifically proven that it fucking does good. That's why people have talk to all the top podcasters, Joe Rogan, fucking Tom Segura, all the comedy ones that I know, Bert Kreischer, they all have at their house a cold plunge. Like, because there's companies who make these fucking things now, and they get up in the morning, they jump in the cold, and their shit's colder than your fucking toilet, your bathtub water.
I do. Do you bathe in toilet water?
But it's like some of them, depending on where they live, they have fucking blocks of ice that they have to break before they can get into the motherfucker. So they're sitting in there, they're doing 2 to 3 to 5 minutes. Some people do a little more, but they all say the same thing. They get out, they have this boost of energy. And I forgot again, the perfect person to get a lot of this information was like between like cold therapy and sauna and heat therapy. Dr. Dr. Rhonda Patrick, and I've talked about her before. She's a biochemist or a biologist, one of the two, maybe both. But she talks about that stuff a lot, and talks about the different hormones that get kicked in when you do like cold versus hot.
Yeah.
But both help reduce inflammation, or they produce like the heat produces hormones that in your brain that help reduce inflammation. All of it is mostly to reduce inflammation because that's where illness comes from.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't not illness, but inflammation and mucus. But you get mucus from inflammation, and so as long as you're doing like exercising and eating the right foods, not eating a bunch of processed shit and fucking bunch of sugars, then you're doing good. You just got to do it over a long period of time, and you don't got to fucking destroy yourself. Just be conscious of what you're putting in your body.
Yeah, no,
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
it's all right. It's not moderation in anything is good.
Matter of fact, you saw me pick up my vitamins today because
Yeah.
I ran out, and I also wanted to try these other joints.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like
Yeah.
the alpha brain is kind of like, because you're
Yeah.
looking at me like, damn, this one, what the fuck?
So tell us a little bit about this medicine that you took, Jared. No, I'm making it sound terrible. It's just vitamin. It's just a vitamin.
It's just alpha brain from On It. This is my first day taking it. It's just a clarity. I don't want to do an infomercial for it.
No, I know.
Because Joe Rogan talks about it all the time. I just happened to see a deal for there was one that's a New Mood, which is, I forgot, what did I say it was?
It's like to create balance and calmness.
Oh, yeah,
and
calmness and all, relaxation. And then the other one is focus and memory, which I'm trying to fix that. Well, just in general for life, but to help me remember jokes when I go on stage or when we're doing podcasts, it helps me there. So that's why I've been experimenting with different memory stuff. And I just didn't buy the what was it called? The Alpha Brain.
Yeah.
Because it was so expensive. And I just happened to find a deal on both of those. So I was like, fuck it, let me try and see what happens. If it works really well, then I'll just end up paying for it and getting more.
Well, that's all. So when we do the show next week, let us know how your first week of Alpha Brain Megamind has gone.
It's talked about. You can Google Alpha Brain everywhere. I just don't want to make it into an infomercial.
Well, no, I don't want you to do that either. But let us know how you feel. Like, just because healthy is wealthy. 2023 is a big year.
Well, but it's not. That's just one aspect of it. It's like I just know I want to make sure that I can remember shit. You know what I'm saying? But then I still got to still do the other stuff. I still got to work out. I still got to eat right. I kind of ate like shit this whole week. I didn't eat bad, but it was bad enough. It was a lot of breads and fucking sandwiches because the food kind of sucked this year. But, and the hotel food kind of was shitty, and not a lot of fried. I don't eat fried stuff anyway because I don't like fried stuff. But I don't know. It was just.
Did they have a decent breakfast though?
I mean, breakfast is the same everywhere. It's
that's true. I mean, but it's still
eggs, bacon. That's
sausage, toast, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't eat the sausage anyway. But last year we had oatmeal, and like I would eat oatmeal in the morning with some fruit in it or something. But we didn't even have that this year. So I don't know.
Dude, I don't think I've eaten oatmeal in like 25 years.
I eat oatmeal all the time. It's good for you.
Well, I know it's good for you, and I have no beef with oatmeal. Like I have nothing against it, but I swear I probably haven't eaten it in 25 years.
I eat a lot
every day.
Not every day. On a majority of the time.
Oh, right.
I try not to get oatmeal with sugar, a lot of sugars in it. I don't know, man. Sugar is bad, but
it's in everything. It really is.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Again, the less processed foods you eat, the better off you are. So if you're making, like, when I talk about the when I do the slow cooker stuff.
Yeah.
And I put the chicken breast and I'll put some spinach or whatever in there. Very little processed food. It's just all natural for the most part.
Yeah. No, with
Even my eggs that I've been buying from, because I go through Amazon Fresh.
Yeah.
My bad, I'm talking, but
yeah.
Amazon Fresh, you can go on the app, or they have an app that you can actually see on the side of the carton what farm the eggs came from.
Oh, really?
And they're like, you see where they graze, because chickens, they're not supposed to eat fucking corn. Like that shit you get in the grocery store where you have yellow yolk.
Yeah.
That's because they're eating corn.
Yeah.
And there's no nutritional value in that whatsoever. The ones that are orange, the orange yolk, they're eating fucking bugs and shit in the ground, like because birds are carnivores.
Yeah.
They're eating, that's protein that's getting developed in their through their food system. So yeah, they're $7 a carton, but I'm one person.
The price of eggs is awful right now.
Well, no, these were already $7 a carton.
Oh, okay.
And they probably will stay that way because these farmers, they're not. These are independent farms. They're not like fucking Joe Blow farm where they had to kill. And I had to look that up. Did you look up why the price of eggs are so expensive?
No, everybody's been talking about it, and I agree. But
do you know why? Did you ever look up why?
No,
See,
I did not.
Here's the difference between me and you, RJ. You just hear stuff, and you assume that it is what it is just because it is. I want to know why it is.
It depends on if I'm intrigued enough by it.
You should be intrigued because I'm gonna tell you why. You want to know why eggs are so expensive?
I want to know.
Because there's a strand of bird flu going around, killing, or getting into certain chickens. And the way I think it's the FDA, the way the law works is if you have any that are within like close distance of each other that have bird flu, you have to kill the whole fucking. You got to kill them all.
Yeah.
Which means there's a shortage of chickens, and you can't just pop chickens out of fucking thin air.
No.
So, which means the eggs are expensive because there ain't no chickens laying eggs.
Man, what the fuck?
So the whole thing with the chicken before the egg or the egg before the chicken, we're living in it.
Now,
right now.
whoa, son of a bitch. So I'm going to make sure that I take an extra bite tomorrow when I make breakfast. The one reason I know is one, because I know they're expensive, and two, everybody's like, everybody.
They're expensive because of that reason. Here, I'll pull it up. Keep talking.
But I saw like a ton of memes about it, and I'm just like, yeah, that's true.
But it's not a joke.
No, I know it's not a joke.
It's gonna get bad before it gets worse.
So pretty soon we're not gonna have any eggs or any chickens. What kind of fucking weird shit is that?
Well, I'm sure there'll be chickens. There just won't be as many. Everybody's going to have to get it from local farms.
I'm down to support a local farm.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's the only eggs I buy lately. And again, they're $8 a carton, but it's better than fucking some of the shit that everybody else eats.
So Jared is going to be showing all of us, for the viewers, why this is happening. But obviously you just explained it, but we will get the visual to come up with it.
I want so people don't think I'm fucking nuts.
Nobody thinks you're crazy, Jared, except for half of Northern Virginia. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, I didn't mean that. So let me.
This first one is fucking.
Let's see. Take my glasses off. High egg price due to collusive scheme.
I don't know about that one.
It might be.
What's that? I can't see what. That's CNBC.
Oh, well, egg prices rose 60%. Oh, my God. One of the farm groups. Let's see. Man, look at those eggs. So you're buying,
Can you read or what?
So one farm group, one farm group claims major.
Oh, this shit's not working for some reason. Keep going.
Yeah, one egg suppliers have engaged in a collusive scheme to gouge and fix prices, boost profits, and called on the Federal Trade Commission to investigate. So some people think this is a farce.
Yeah.
Yeah. Egg producers and food economics. You know what I mean?
That's the one that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Food economics. This motherfucker. Suggests a deadly outbreak of bird flu has compounded into significant supply problem.
at the time of
Okay.
peak demand and higher costs.
That's too far to me. I don't know why the second screen's not working.
Transfer I think that says feed and transportation. Okay, there we go.
Christ.
Okay, so if you guys understood what I just said, I will give you $20.
Anyway, basically what I said, the bird flu was part of it.
Man, conspiracy about eggs.
Who knew that bird flu actually applied to birds? I thought it was a thing that.
Yeah, I thought that was
attacked
just like a
humans.
human. Yeah. Well,
I don't know why the second screen's not working. That's weird.
the bird flu goes into birds. Makes sense. Since it
Well,
makes,
that's where it came from, but I guess it jumped into humans.
Yeah, and
Just like the Wuhan. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
duh, we can't talk about that because reasons.
I saw a shirt that I was gonna get. It said on the front of it, Wuhan Institute. It was like basically the lab.
Yeah, like a graduate shirt,
Yeah.
like kind of thing. That's pretty.
I was gonna buy it.
Oh, you should have bought it, dude. But
No, it was like they wanted $30 for that.
God
shit.
damn.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
what
ain't
the
going to
fuck?
Florida.
Huh?
Wait, I thought this was when you were down in Florida.
No, I saw it
Oh.
on Facebook.
Oh, okay. No, man, we should buy some.
I'm not buying no $35 fucking T-shirt that is for a gag. I'd rather make it.
I'll buy them.
All right, next time I see it, I'll send it to you.
All right, send it to me and I'll buy them so we can wear them and then we can go upset everybody in society.
No, we'll just wear it on here.
Yeah, and then we'll get canceled. And
No,
then
we won't.
we're going to end up at the bottom of the ferry because of the government.
We're not gonna get canceled.
Yeah, no, we won't. People like us way too much. A lot, actually. They like us so much that they tell you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that you review. And please, you can check us out anywhere you get your podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify. Check out the visual on YouTube that drops every Monday at 9. I was about to say p.m., 9 a.m.
Depends on how I feel that day.
Yes, it is. I'll be going to bed.
Well, no, this last week's came out at 9 a.m. I just didn't. I remember when I was in my room that I needed to post it on Facebook, but then by the time I got to the convention center, I had forgotten, and it was 12 o'clock. But I had work to do up until then, so it was 12 o'clock before I posted it. But
Well, it doesn't matter. We're always here. We're not going anywhere. I guess ever. Maybe someday, to the top, moving on up.
we have to keep going, man. Especially as my comedy career continues.
As Jared explodes into stardom.
we're gonna need this as part of just the fucking whole gig.
Yes. And then.
And if RJ ever decides that he wants to, I don't know, do something else, then he could.
With my life in general, yes.
I didn't say that.
And with the podcast, absolutely. However,
But he's got to be willing to actually think about other stuff
I think about a lot of things
and
throughout
then
my
do
day.
it. Like all those sketches we've been thinking about
Action
doing.
requires.
Remember that long
Action.
sketch you wanted to do? But we
Oh,
never did?
yeah. I do remember that. It was a
Yeah.
good idea, too. It's great.
Yeah,
I could probably make a spin on it now, too. Now that's
Yeah,
been some
but you
time.
never did it.
I am going to act out in front of my mirror later and see what my family says.
What is it? Wait, what? What does your mirror have to do with your family?
I don't know. I'm going to do it to weird them out. Because I'm going to be practicing for this legendary
You
skit.
can do it in your bathroom by yourself.
My bathroom is like my zen. Like when I'm in the
Yeah,
shower.
I do shit. Bro, I'm in the shower. I practice my set in the shower. I practice my set in front of the mirror every now and then. And then I have, luckily, because I have two sets of, because my Uber driver,
Yeah.
I have a mic stand and a microphone. So my living room, I fucking practicing sets.
There you go. See, there's a quote out there is that, I don't know who said it, but it's a quote by somebody of stature that we are most like ourselves when we are alone.
Well, no, I do that just so I can see whether, when I'm saying it, it comes off smoothly when I say it in front of people.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you practicing, taking your time, that is awesome. That is awesome.
I'm trying to get good, man. I'm not playing.
We ain't fucking playing, folks.
I'm not fucking
We
playing.
want to see them titties
It's not a game.
and them breast milk.
It's not a game.
Not a game. Not a game
We
like my
talking
Xbox.
about practice.
Practice beats skill when skill doesn't practice. That is my gym for the day. That's how I feel like when I play Halo now, too. Oh, my God, I'm old.
It's hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard.
Goddamn right. They both apply. And I'm a real American. So.
Actually, that might be the name of the episode. Right
I'm a real American?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay.
I was around that enough this weekend.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
This past week.
Did you have fun?
It was all right. I mean,
I just know the people down there are different. That's all.
No, I had to be. It depends. Well, I was also in. I was with healthcare professionals and professors and stuff like that. So that area can still education and shit like that can still tend to be liberal-ish. Yeah. And I'm not either. I've said this before. I'm more of an objective person.
Yeah. I'm
more straight down the middle. I do lean stronger some direction on some things than I do in others. But I'm trying to find the funny in all of it. And so certain things I might say might rub people the wrong way. So I have to be careful with what I say, especially in that's a work environment. So I have to be careful what I say, because some people are like, what the fuck?
I'm from Washington, D.C., and y'all full of shit. Yeah, no. That's what you could have said.
Nah. Well, I don't really say where I'm from a lot. I don't know. I do.
Space.
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying. Well, I get it.
Bro, you really have to get out of here more often. Like,
do I?
Yeah.
This is the look in my face.
I came up with a lot of random shit just by being away from here. Because when you're in that same rut, it's like you're not growing. You're just doing the same fucking thing every fucking day, day in and day out, and your mind's not changing. You got to get out of here every now and then.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Speaking of that, we actually gonna do this thing this month.
I'm waiting to see if my time off has been approved.
Okay.
I'm waiting to see if they approve it, because I asked for time off.
I mean, I can just ask. I'm good. Actually, I'm off all.
No, I have to send it upstairs and do all this other shit. So I hopefully know in the next sometime this upcoming week.
All right.
So we good? Yep.
You should know by now.
Well, I am very aware of all things at all times, folks. Like when we stop the podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 166 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. You know how I'm not going to do the spiel. We will see you guys next week. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Always review.
They get it.
All right.
Peace.
See you guys next week. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. The merit scientist lab. Merit scientist lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly. The merit scientist lab.